A little over a year ago, I picked 5 books from the Hot comic book list that I said were the worst comic books not to buy. Well, it's been a little bit more than a year. Let's see how those comic books performed. Hi, I'm Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and in this video, we're going to take a look at my top 5 not to buy list from February 17th, 2022, about 13 months ago, and we're going to check those prices on those books and see how they're performing a year later on the market. Let's check those out now. So we're going to look at COVRPRICE, Go Collect, comicspriceguide.com, Overstreet Access, and eBay sold listings on all of these books and see how they're performing today. First up on the list is New Avengers 7, the first appearance of the Illuminati. This was speculation based on Doctor Strange 2, which obviously came to be true if you've seen that movie by now. I hope you have, otherwise spoiler alert, I guess. We did get the appearance of the Illuminati in that movie, which was a kind of multiverse version of the Illuminati. And right now we see this book is actually trending up almost a full percentage point. Most common grade is a 9.8 and it has it $102 slabbed and a near mint raw copy at $15. Now for a modern book like this, we usually look at the 9 to 9.4 range, and let's see, about a year ago it would have been selling for about $52, $44. I mean, there's a high sale of 93 in there that you can kind of throw out, 66, 90. Quite a few high sales, and as we get closer to today, this book in the same range is selling for $20, $8, $10.75, $27, $12.50, $29. That's a clear downward trend from the raw sales according to this site. Let's check out graded. On the graded site for a book like this, we are going to look at 9.8 sales, and we go back to let's go back to March in 22, and about $400. We have a $500 sale. We have a $305 sale, a couple of those. $425, $430, $424, $499. If we move closer to today, $105, $110, $89, $93, $99. You get the idea. All right, that's what COVRPRICE says. How about Go Collect? We checked out the CGC Universal labels, and we have pretty much the same evidence there. Real quick, it did have a 2-year average of $203, a 90-day average of $110, and a 30-day average of $94, with those most recent sales looking like $105, $66. Best offer accepted, $110, $90, $93. Again, I'd say that's a pretty clear downward trend from what I can see on Go Collect. Looking at comicspriceguide.com, first, we look at the raw value for a current book, and it's $203 for a 9.8. For a 9.4, which is actually more realistic, that's kind of the number I pick for a new modern to kind of be in that near mint condition. $135, that seems extremely high. When you're looking at a graded value, you're talking about $250 for a 9.8, which also seems pretty high, but that's their value on it. All right, Overstreet Access has this book in that kind of high tier quality at a $45 value, it looks like, across the board. And now let's check eBay sold listings. eBay sold listings have this book. Let's see, a 9.8 sold for $76 in an auction. And then we have a 9.6 selling for $40, a raw for $20. 105, I think it's one of the sales we tracked earlier. $15 for a VF Plus. $15 for no quality given there in the title. $12. Yeah, $40 for a 9.2. Look, this book is definitely trending down from every piece of data that I can see here, except for a couple outliers like on comicspriceguide.com. Yeah, a very clear trend down on that one. New Avengers 7 definitely was a good book not to buy from what I can tell here for a 1-year term investment, and I don't even see this book having any reason to climb again unless we get some kind of canon, MCU universe version of the Illuminati. Maybe. I guess that could help this book again. All right, next up on the list, we had Nocterra 7. This is the Ryan Stegman 1-per-store exclusive variant, which is a retailer incentive. Let's check out the prices for that real fast. First, we're going to start out on COVRPRICE. We do see a slight current downward trend on this book. Looks like there's going to be no slab sales available, which is pretty interesting. Let's look at raw comic book values for this one. So let's see here. Back then, it was selling for anywhere, looks like $100, $60. There's a $40 sale in there, $60. And then it dropped down to $36, dropped down to $39.99. We did see a $50 sale later on, and there's just so few sales here. I'll read them all. $24.99, $19.99, $10.51, and then a $20 sale in October of 2022. Looking at the near mint sales, we see a $29.99 and a $19.95. That's all the sales data we have on this book. Looking over at Go Collect. Go Collect, let's check out the 9.8 universal label on this one. No sales tracked for this grade. That is another interesting trend here. And Nocterra 7 over on comicspriceguide.com. In the raw value, again, we look at 9.4. They say it's a $45 comic. Interestingly enough, they do list a graded value. They say $152. That must be based on some sort of algorithm, I imagine. Let's check out Overstreet Access. Overstreet Access. By the way, Overstreet Access recently added a ton of variants to their catalog. Variants were something that were lacking for a long time on their catalog. But if you go down here, you'll actually see we do have Nocterra 7, the retailer incentive. They list the price at $4 on that, which I think is cover price for this book. So that must just be an automatically populated price. Let's look at eBay. And here's where it gets interesting. When I pulled up this page earlier to look at it, I noticed something. I tried searching this several different ways. I tried searching Nocterra 7 Stegman. I tried searching Nocterra 7 1 per store, retailer incentive, and there's no sales include that particular copy of the book. So that's pretty interesting. I'll go all the way to the end here so you know I'm not pulling a fast one on you. I literally didn't see it anywhere in here. And there you go. So, Nocterra 7 1 per store. Is it a ghost? I don't think it's really a ghost. I just think people don't care about it that much. That said, there's no graded 9.8 sales I could see anywhere for this thing. That doesn't mean, of course, that they weren't graded or it didn't happen. It's interesting. I can't find any. I find that pretty fascinating. So there you go. No sales data for that one in the graded, but I think ungraded, obviously it wasn't making anybody a ton of money unless that Nocterra does come out, and then that's one that people really jump on, but I don't see it. Okay, next on the list we have Daredevil Woman Without Fear number 2. This was the 1 in 25 Fornez variant. Let's take a look over at cover price for this book, and we do have the Jorge Fornez 1 in 25 variant here. Slight trend up right now. We do have graded and raw values, so let's check this out. First, let's look at raw. Okay, historical pricing data. In the month that I made the video, it looked like it was originally selling for, it's kind of all over the place here. 70, 90, 40, 60, 62, 65, 75. You kind of start to see a trend here. 75, 60, 78, 74. Then you can go farther forward here, and we can see the most recent sale that they listed near mint was a $35 sale. There was also a 70 and a 45. So before that, 36, maybe a slight downward trend, but actually holding pretty steady. Now we're looking at slab data for the same book. Here we get 9.8 sales data. The first available one was back in July of 2022, and that was a $58 sale. And then we see a 200, a 41, a 106, an 80, and a 100. Checking out Go Collect, let's look at universal labels for this book. You do see a 1 year average of a $99 and a 90-day average of $85. And here you can see that sales data, 80, 90, 36, 100. So there we go. ComicsPriceGuide.com has a 9.4 value of $45 on this book and a 9.8 value of $152. Overstreet Access, this is one of the variants that hasn't been populated yet in their system, so there's no value for that. And then we hop over to eBay sold listings, and here you can buy a raw book for 30, 35 bucks. You could get a 9.8 for $90 recently. $50. So definitely pretty interesting when you look at it that way. With this particular one, I'm going to have to say that, I don't know, a $100 slab, which is kind of where it's at, 90 to 110 kind of seems to be the range for a 9.8 of a 1 in 25 isn't terrible, but considering a lot of people when that video was made, when I said don't buy it, they were buying it for, we saw $60 to $90. That is terrible. When you're talking like a $60 to $90 investment, and then you slab it, you get a 9.8, and it's only selling for like $100 a year later, that seems pretty troubling to me. Do not adjust your TV sets. I know everything just changed. Unfortunately, for the next book, I looked up the value of the wrong issue. I guess that's what happens when you're doing a 1 year look back, and past you fat-fingered the number for Tales of Teen Titans as number 47 instead of number 57. Oops. So anyways, let's dive into the Tales of Teen Titans 57 price look back. First, let's start looking over on cover price. Here we have the issue ready to go here. And this is the first full appearance of Jinx, unlike Tales of Teen Titans 47, which is not, as it turns out. So yeah, this is trending down. A 9.8 current slabbed value is $83. They list the most common raw grade as a fine, which is kind of interesting, for $10. All right, let's look at the raw sales data. I'm going to look, with a 1985 book, I'm going to look at VF for this. So let's see. Dear God. Okay, so there's really not much to go off of. One sold for like $12 back when I made the video. Okay, so I guess maybe we will look at fine. Okay, actually not a lot to go off of there either. Interesting. All right, let's look at Slabbed. All right, for Slabbed, okay, yeah, so 108 right before that announcement, $75, and we're back down to $69.95. All right, how about Go Collect? We'll look at a 9.8 universal label for this one. The current FMV based on a 1-year average is $75. And I see it picking up right around the time that list came out, and that's about it. Comics Price Guide has a 9.4 as an $8 book and a 9.8 as an $88 book. All right, Overstreet Access. Now, Overstreet Access has this as a $3 book in the top tier price range. And how about eBay sold listings? The last sold was $3. There was also a $10 sale, 9.6 for $50 from Canada, $10 for a newsstand. Ooh, a double cover for $8.50. Wow, that's kind of cool though. $7, $10. Yeah, $8. Yeah, I mean, I can tell from looking at this data right here that there was nothing special about this book. Let's move on to past me and look at the next book. Okay, the final book on the list is Fantastic Four 347, which is the first team appearance of the new Fantastic Four. That's right, that classic all-star lineup, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, and the Hulk. And this team was making an appearance back in comic books. So, of course, you know, all the key lists said this was a hot book. Let's check out if that's actually true. First, we're going to go look over on COVRPRICE. COVRPRICE does have this book up 2%, which is nothing to sneeze at. And they do have the most common slabbed value at a 9.8 at $71. So let's go dig into the raw sales data real fast. And checking out that near mint condition. Let's look for around the time the list was made. So it went from being $3 to $6 to $10 is the high I see here. And then it fell back down to normal after that. You did see an $11 sale and a $17.50 sale. Those are two kind of high outliers. There's a $12 one there too. Most recent sale is $6. I think I bought this thing for $5 a couple months ago. So that sounds about right to me. Let's check out Go Collect. For Go Collect, let's check out the 9.8. There's 95 on the census for this one. $101 is the 1-year average and a $71 90-day average on this one. We can see that does kind of hold true with what's displayed here, which makes perfect sense on Go Collect. They're usually pretty organized about that stuff. And then let's look over at comicspriceguide.com. A 9.4 is $4 according to them, where a 9.8 should run you $50. How about Overstreet Access? Overstreet Access says, let's make this a $10 book. That seems pretty good. If you got it for $10, you might be spending a little bit much on it, but it seems pretty close. Over on eBay, which is the great decider, kind of evens the playing field a lot. $3, $8, $3.58. That's a choose your own issue thing. $30 for a newsstand. 9.6. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a cool sale right there. Here you have a signed Arthur Adams signed $128 9.8 slab. And boy, 2 slabs. Wow, that's crazy. 2 9.0s for $27.85. PGX PGX 8.5 for $10.50. Okay. $6. Yeah, so $6 all day long. So I definitely can say that the new Fantastic Four, very cool. I'm glad I went and grabbed a copy. I need to get 348 now to kind of go with it. Anyways, it's just not the book that people made it out to be back then a year ago. Even though the team did come back to comic books, it didn't exactly make a huge splash. It was just kind of a cool little thing, and everybody moved on. So what did you think about the price look backs? Let me know how you felt about this in the comments section down below. In the meantime, I want to thank all my channel members who are appearing on screen right now. Without them, I couldn't do things like this because a lot of these services I pay for, I use channel membership money to pay for a lot of the services I use to look up these prices. So thanks a lot, channel members. You really helped me out on this one. I appreciate it. If you do want to consider being a channel member, on your way down to the comment section, you can find the join button down in the description. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, I want to remind you, as always, hey. Read comics every day.